One more benefit of mindfulness that I want to point to and highlight today is our capacity for self-regulation and impulse control. This is particularly important for our work with kids and students and adolescents. There's a famous quote attributed to the author Viktor Frankl, who said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and freedom." In other words, when we are on automatic, when we're not present, we react. Our habits dictate how we relate to life. When we are mindful and present, we have the choice. It gives us space to make a different choice, to recognize what's happening and to respond rather than react, to have a more conscious and clear way of engaging. So when I was teaching mindfulness to elementary school students here in Oakland, California, outside of San Francisco, every day when I would come into the classroom, and I would teach several different classes in one school, I would ask all of the kids, I would say, "Who remembered to use your mindfulness since I saw you last?" which was usually about 2 or 3 days ago. And kids would raise their hand and say, "Oh, I did mindfulness here, I did mindfulness there." So one day this little boy raised his hand and said, me. So I said, "When did you remember to use mindfulness?" He said, "Well, I got mad at my sister and I wanted to kick her, and then I remembered my mindfulness and I took a mindful breath and I didn't kick my sister." Now, hopefully most of us as adults are not walking around in our lives kicking other people, and yet we may be reacting to others. Oftentimes we kick each other with our words. We say something short or sharp or a little bit harsh to somebody. So mindfulness gives us that pause to recognize that we're feeling angry or reacting. Take a breath, feel the reaction, and make a different choice. This is huge for children, teaching them the skills to be aware of how they feel and to be able to make a different choice. One of the things that mindfulness does for us, particularly in education and working with children, is when we are able to be aware of our own reactions, our nervous system is more regulated. We know today that the human organism's nervous system continues to develop into the early 20s. Adolescence, in terms of brain development, isn't complete until about 23 or 24. It differs by gender a little bit. So if you're working with children, teens, or adolescents, their nervous system can't regulate on its own. Their nervous system is still maturing and growing. And one of the ways it does that is by being in relationship with adult nervous systems. The more grounded and regulated your nervous system is, the more you're able to offer to the kids and the children and the adolescents that you work with. One of our primary offerings or interventions with kids is simply our own state of being. Again, if we're stressed out, anxious, dysregulated, the classroom will reflect that and the kids will feel it in their own bodies. The more we're able to be grounded, collected, clear, and well-regulated, children will pick up on that. Their nervous system will feel that. This is called co-regulation. It's connected to the way that our neurobiology affects one another. So mindfulness helps us to stay more grounded and regulated so that we can really have an impact on the kids we're teaching on a very kind of direct interpersonal level through the way we're showing up.